Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down, here's Locke. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week, he hit on right at 50%. This week, he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to Mixon on first down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. Third down here.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Throwing on third down, Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now Winston throwing the out route incomplete. That's Evans. And out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll throw again. Winston drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. will step aside. The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They go play action. Winston. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number. $14 for him on the year. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This from 36 yards out. And McManus able to put it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, it's Love. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Second and 10, Luck again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The final shot before the break. Luck. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm well, all right, never mind.
3rd quarter action now. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On play action, Winston. And Winston lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, Not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, Winston. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now Jameis on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Packers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got a moonwalk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on third. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one goes for 36 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jameis again. And Winston lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense have felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because
got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 62 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Throwing his luck. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Evans has it left side. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun. Winston. Anunu's got it. Complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. T.J. Yeldon, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Sliding out of the pocket. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary,
I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Going up top. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Yeldon. Finding some room in midfield. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their...
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a hit and lost the football. It's out, and the Packers pick it up. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 24. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, Ben, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's Locke. And going deep for Hill. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Clock on 3rd down. To Mixon on the check down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
He is going to find Hill here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Here's a run with Mixon, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. So now here's Luck as his guys will go for 2 here.
Let's go. One day, 53.
Out of the gun, Luck. And his throw here is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And an alley to T.J. Yeldon. Past the 20. 10, 5. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Give him 55 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Jameis to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, stop. Green, triple C. 5-0.
Third and goal. Winston steps away to his left. Escapes the sack. And he's going to go down again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They begin with a run by Mixon. Oh, then the spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're looking to throw this. Winston rolling to his right. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other, pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
Hey.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Squeeze, double. 5-0. Sonic.
From the gun, Winston. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Airing this one out for Evans. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Easy. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Winston here to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back up. He's got it at the 15. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Sub.
They'll throw again. Winston. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, it's Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And